Let me first congratulate to Sri Vijay Kulkarni, who have highlighted the industry's problem related to the projects which are getting delayed or uh, maybe it is rejected due to the CRZ regulations. The first thing is that the CRZ notification 2011, I don't say it is fully based on scientific knowledge, but yes, it is to the satisfactory level, it is based on the scientific level. There are shortcomings, and let me highlight few of them which probably answers to Sri Kulkarni's concern. Is he here? No, he has gone. Okay. The first of all, methodology. Methodology for demarcation of high tide line and low tide line and then setback lines is not common. Ministry has recognized 7 agencies to carry out these surveys, CRZ surveys. But the methodology adopted by each of them is slightly different. And that is why when the same survey is carried out by 2 agencies, there is a little discrepancy. Let me go little bit details. SAC Ahmedabad uses satellite data for CRZ mapping. Now the accuracy comes in picture. What ministry wants? A map in 1:4000 scale. That basically means 1 millimeter on the paper equivalent to 4 meter on land. With the SAC data, that accuracy is very difficult to achieve. So they prepare a map in 1:25,000 scale. When that map comes, you enlarge it and bring into 1:4000, then automatically there is a problem. It will not match. So here what is the requirement? The requirement is common methodology which everybody should adopt, plus interlinkages between the all 7 organizations who are carrying out CRZ work. For example, NIO carries out ground truth surveys. They virtually go to the field, they measure every 20 meters, they use all scientific knowledge to find out what is high tide line, what is low tide line, and prepare a map in 1:4000 scale. If 1:25,000 scale map is projected to 1:4000, definitely it will not match. So this is one of the problem, and under the chairmanship of Dr. Sailesh Nayak, who is Secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences, there is a meeting of all 7 organizations, and they are going to evolve a common methodology how to demarcate CRZ and setback lines. It was due in January, but due to some reason it was not done, and it will be done. Though it is too late, of course, 2 decades has passed, but yes, we have come. It is a growing process, and we are trying to bring more and more science and more openness in our approach. That is one. Second thing, we have 7,500 kilometer long coastlines. Only 7 agencies are authorized to carry out this CRZ surveys. Now suppose a project comes from industries, they have a time bound period. They have 6 months. They wanted within 15 days to give the report. All the 7 organizations who are approved by MOEF had different mandates. And it is one among them to carry out the CRZ work. Therefore, the time taken by the institution is much larger. It takes 2 to 3 months to complete the project and give the report. So automatically their project get delayed. So there is another solution. And what is the solution? The solution is to increase more and more organizations who can carry out the CRZ work. But there is a threat. For example, if suppose a state government institutions you are approving and there is a project by state government, definitely there is a chance that it can be done in a very different way. So therefore, there is another solution. You approve them, but say that state government organization will not carry out the work for their own state. So what I say, there are a lot of solutions. Only we need to have a good willpower to do that one. All these things we are going to discuss in that meeting, and I'm sure that we are going to enrich CRZ 2018 11 notifications. The third thing is, of course, not very important, but cost factor. Now you see, industries, they give the project, but the institutions requires money to carry out the work. The people who are carrying out the work on the ground, automatically they need more money. But you use the satellite data, definitely it will be less cost effective. So the cost factor also has to be standardized, that this should be the cost. So all these things is going to come in the meeting. And another thing which I would like to highlight over here, that what is science behind 200 meter, HTL plus 200 meter and HTL plus 500 meter? I don't think there is an answer, because I have not seen any scientific literature where HTL plus 200 meter or HTL plus 500 meter is well defined. So this is another aspect where there is a loophole. Why not 100 meter? We need to focus on that, but there is a hope, because Survey of India is going to carry out the hazard line assessment, and unless those data comes in picture, it is too early to say anything. But I am sure that hazard line assessment is based on fully scientific database, that is waves, tides, sea level changes and coastal erosion. When all this data comes in picture, the hazard line will be assessed, and then probably 200 and 500 meter setback lines, when it is coming in picture, there will be contradiction. For example, CRJ defined by CRJ 2011 notification, they say one of the things, there are 5 categories. One category says that HTL plus 500 meter and the distance between HTL plus 500 meter and hazard line also comes in CRJ. There are 3-4 more. Now, what happens if hazard line is below HTL plus 500 meter? Then what will be the CRJ? They have considered, while drafting, they considered that hazard line will always come beyond 500 meter. So when those data comes in picture, automatically this HTL plus 200 and HTL plus 500 meter setback lines will be automatically get clarified. I think these are the brief which I would like to put to you. And another last point, I think one of the speaker has already told that there is no data. I don't want to beg to the institution that you please give me the data. I don't understand that why the digital data is not deposited to MOEF or State Coastal Zone Management Authority. Why we believe on map? With time, this map shrinks. Their accuracy goes very bad. And if you digitize those map and again you put on another map, there is error. And no, you know, in Bombay, the land cost is increasing like anything. 1 meter here and there, it creates a lot of problem along a stretch of 500 meter. Therefore, I recommend that digital data, which is provided by the all the institutions who are carrying out the survey, should be deposited to the coastal zone management, respective coastal zone management authority, so that in case of any discrepancy, you just open the data and put and do that one. Otherwise, you have to digitize those hard copies and put, there is error in that, and then there are a lot of problems will come, that why this is not matching and why other is a little bit deviating. I think another one is, of course, everybody is telling, I don't want to go into the detail, this monitoring mechanism has to be strengthened. Strengthened in the sense, it has to come in the notification. Notification has to define very clearly that what do they mean by monitoring mechanism and what is their role. With these brief notes, I thank you, Professor Khosa, for your time. Thank you.